This is a Mercy Broadcast. Code Red, hold on, Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Back on the air once again. I don't know how much this is, but I have got something special.
Oh, boy. Special show lined up?
Yeah. Star Wars for my guest.
For your guest. Okay.
We have the guest on, please.
Well, of course, we have the phone lines open, as always, Uncle. We're live on Ochelli.com every Friday night. Always have those phone lines open.
All right.
If you'd like to call in.
Special to send him
okay.
at this moment.
Who are we talking about exactly?
From the last that I speak to.
Oh, of course. You're talking about comic book artist.
Comic book artist.
Folie à deux.
Folie à deux. I got you your copy.
As promised, we were talking about this with him, weren't we?
Yeah, and I've got it in my hands right now.
So your promise was that you're going to go to the comic shop in downtown Orange.
And I got it.
You did. You got a comic for him.
This is it here.
And we're going to send it to him, and he's going to derive inspiration from it.
Yeah, this is what I had bought.
I see that.
For the show.
So you did. You went to the comic shop, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the story of doing that? How'd that work out?
I also have a customer. Gave him a pill of mine, and she's going to listen.
Oh, good.
So I'm pushing.
The cards are working.
Cards are working for me.
You're the president and captain of the street team for certain.
And this is why I got this one, because I was talking about Star Wars.
Yeah. Uncle, let's give out before we get carried away, the phone number to call in. Please do so. You're highly encouraged. Is 319-527-5016. You can also come onto the show via Skype by getting a hold of our producer, Chuck. Yeah. He is charles.ochelli on Skype, so find him there. Or, again, call this phone number, 319-527-5016. We want you on the show. What do you say to that, Uncle?
All right.
Okay, so you went to the...
What number are we on? I didn't even say it.
No, I know. That was unusual. We switched up the intro, didn't we?
I don't know the number.
The number is 154.
154.
That's how many of these we've done.
Okay, this is the 154th episode.
It is. Thank goodness.
Before we
let me take a look at this.
Take a look at this artist here.
Okay, so this is Star Wars, issue 044. What the heck is this exactly? Oh, it's a Marvel. It's a Marvel. That makes sense because Disney owns Star Wars and they also own Marvel. So if there's going to be a comic about Star Wars, it's going to be through Marvel, right?
Right. And this is the Marvel show. I didn't want to mess it up.
Can I open this?
Yeah, but I don't.
I don't know if I know how to.
I don't know if you open it.
I better leave it alone. I'm just going to look at. I'm going to leave it at the cover. I'm going to keep
that's
the
why
tape there.
I figured leave the cover on it for when you send it to the person. Mm-hmm. He'll look at it and then make himself his copy.
I'm trying to see if there's a date on it. I don't see a date. Torpedo Comics? Is that the shop's name?
Yeah, it was what it was. Yeah,
Torpedo Comics.
Only comics.
Okay. Again, I can't see the date, but it says Star Wars. The cover features Princess Leia. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like we have a caller on the line.
Caller on the line?
Yeah.
Who's online and what's his name?
Yeah,
caller. Where are you from?
Can you hear us?
Good day.
Yes.
Hey, we know who this is, don't we, Uncle?
This is Robin from Victoria.
Hey, Robin. What's happening?
I'm doing good here, Uncle. I'm eating Turkish delights and just hanging out on a Friday.
I forgot what today was.
Yeah. This is our day.
It was my birthday, my 35th birthday yesterday, and someone gave me Turkish delight. So.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
Did you do any?
I think 35 is a good year.
Yeah, that's a great one. I'm past it, so I know. Did you do any other celebrations?
Nothing too out of the routine. I did my stone carving in the day, and then went back to the biggest thing was just having dinner with my grandparents, which was nice. So went out for dinner.
Good.
Nice, attractive waitresses and such.
Oh, nice.
Well,
did you let them know?
Moxies.
Oh, yeah. What is Moxies? I feel like I know that.
It's just some type of franchise up in Canada here. I don't know how far it reaches, but
okay.
They always seem to have attractive ladies in the black dresses, though, so that's a requirement to work there, apparently.
Oh, all right. That's a
rule.
Yeah, okay, well, can't argue with that. Uncle, what do you say to this?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good, right? Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah. If you're ever somewhere where there's a Moxie's, if you go there, you won't be disappointed.
Nice.
Pretty good food too.
Cool.
But anyways, yeah, things are good. How are you? You guys are doing well.
We're good, right, Uncle? We're back from our week off, refreshed, rejuvenated.
I was off for my week off. I'm off for my week off because I have some sort of information to tell us. Sorry for what I'm slowing myself down now on these shows. I let my guests do the talking, and whoever else wants to talk. So
feel free to talk, Uncle. You're still
no.
Yeah, you're the star of the show here.
You're still the star. Don't get that wrong.
Well,
it's okay. Everything's good. We just need to know when it's good to relax.
That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to do now.
Are you feeling okay? You look like you're sick or something. Are you all right?
I've been having here and
what is that? You're having trouble breathing?
Something feeling bad. I just was. I was resting on the train, and I had a collarbone hurting me.
Collarbone.
Yeah, that was sore, and now it's under the chest. I don't know what's the problem.
All right, well.
And I'm trying to slow myself, and that's the way I'm trying to slow myself down.
Right.
Well,
drink lots of water. That's what I was.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing too.
Shitty, you're feeling shitty or feeling bad. Drink lots of water. Pardon my French.
Yeah, people will forget to drink water. That's a good point. I mean, it seems obvious, but it's easy to look that over.
I drink every time I see a fountain.
My number one drink of choice.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather have water than any other anything in the house. If you have much like that.
I've got a friend who the only thing I've ever seen him drinking is beer.
Oh.
What? How does that?
The one time I saw him drinking water, I was like, "Whoa, hey man, you drink water? What's going on?"
that is a good one way.
Very healthy.
Bad another way. So you're going two directions here on that.
Yeah, well, beer has its place, but yeah, mainly you want to drink the water, and then when it's time for a beer, drink one. But man, don't have that be the go-to beverage to quench your thirst.
One question I was thinking of was, I know you guys do your beer reviews and such, and I don't remember ever hearing what your stance on cannabis is, Uncle.
Cannabis.
Cannabis,
what?
Marijuana.
I thought we had a discussion.
We've had many discussions
one time before.
Oh, yes.
I remember.
Maybe I even asked that because maybe I was stoned at the time.
Could have been possible, but we did ask that question. I do remember that.
I was thinking you guys do beer reviews, and it would be interesting. But maybe you're not into cannabis. You're doing
the
marijuana reviews of different strains.
No.
Could be interesting.
You're right. The chemistry. I know what I'm talking about. I was talking about that back in the time when we was talking about. It was like a weed instead of weed. It's this stuff you mentioned, and I put it in the cigar, and it calms a person down.
Oh yeah, just rolling it into a cigar will calm you. Before you even smoke it.
In fact, today, for example, I saw a guy. I was going to go sit down, wait for the train, and here this guy was smoking something. And I knew what it was. So it was kind of funny stuff. Walking down with his thing, you know, but I just saw him go by.
Yeah, you guys are in one of the central areas of cannabis consumption in the States, probably.
Yes.
Yeah, and now it is legal. Yeah. So a policeman can't say, "Hey, you can't have that." Hey, wait a minute now.
Yeah.
Just look at the law. Look at the
Let me
laws.
have a hit of that.
Let's look at the laws. Yeah, exactly. Have a hit, please. But you know,
we can actually grow the plants, for goodness sake.
Yeah,
it's about time.
Matter of fact,
Canada was a bit after you guys, which is very funny.
Yeah,
talking about.
But we last year, October 17th of last year is when it became legal here, and then October 17th of this year is when it becomes legal to sell the edibles. So.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Well, yeah, the gummies are a favorite of Uncle's for sure.
Well, I haven't been getting many of them.
You haven't been doing the gummies
much, but now that we've got it is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's good for anything with inflammation. There's certain.
That's right. Yeah. My dad uses it for arthritis, and he swears by it. He says it's great.
That's why it got legal. That's the point. That's a good point.
For
medical purposes. Public purposes.
That's how it started.
For a long time.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think even in California, like even in maybe the late 90s or something, it was legal for medicine.
It's been a while.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
As long as I've been here,
in Canada, I think it was 2001 or so.
Mm-hmm. But now it's full on recreational. It's legal. That was the big move. Is when recreational use became legalized.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a big move, Uncle.
Right now, though, we have two working on growing. We have some kind of growing in the yard here because we have our contactor, and I got two.
We got some seeds. Yeah.
And we're trying whenever.
The seeds are now sprouts. They're in the dirt.
They're in the dirt now?
Okay.
You haven't seen the sprouts, Uncle?
No, I saw them in the pot, but I didn't see them put them in the dirt yet.
Oh yeah. I've been watering it, and they have sprouted up. I'm hoping that that the seasonal.
A little late in the year, but.
Yeah, I know. That was like, oh gosh, I probably should have done this in spring. My wife's like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, okay, we'll just do it now. We can always get more later. And
I can always. We got our contactors.
Well, you know what you could do too. You could put it inside under a light, and then you'd put it at 18 hours light, 6 hours dark until spring, and then you put it outside for the spring. So it almost would get like a double growing season. You could probably grow some trees if you wanted to,
Maybe we try that the next time we see our contactor.
Keep that in mind. In mind.
There's I don't know. You know what? Never mind. I'll get to that later. Let's just keep talking about cannabis because it's fun.
Cannabis now has this liquid oil.
Oh yes.
I have cousin now, named Mark, and he's in Florida. I had a few hits off of his, and man,
it was oil.
That was oil. I'm trying to see if these two would like to try some of that to see the difference. But I don't know what the cost is. That's the only thing.
Mm.
The cost of the oil would cost to get that none of the weed.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
It's definitely not,
a little more
cheap, but you only use one little dab if you're gonna smoke that type of stuff. But
yeah, I've heard that. Have you ever heard of synthetic cannabinoids?
Ooh, yeah, that's very well.
They're bad.
Yeah, I think you're referring to. There was I don't think of the name of it. There was a medication that you get up here. Some of my friends who also have spinal cord injuries were on it for a little while. and it was a synthetic THC. But then there's also too, which you probably know of, is that the spice, which is that fake marijuana.
Oh yes.
In the stores, you can buy it. They sell it as like a potpourri.
I never had a
then
fake
kids
kind.
like cut open the package and then smoke it. But it's like all it is like some type of plant soaked in different chemicals.
Yes. Oh boy.
And it has some similar effect to smoking marijuana, but it's supposed to be horrible for your health. And but it's a way. Also, it's a way that people get away from drug tests because it kind of has a bit of a similar effect to marijuana, but it doesn't show up on drug tests.
Yeah.
I've never tried it because it sounds just horrible.
Yeah, they sound like they trouble. I mean, it's not just derived from the plant like regular old the stuff we're used to. This is made in a lab, and I've heard very terrible things. You want to stay away from the synthetic.
Well, and the synthetic cannabinoids or synthetic THC is actually like it's closer to the plant than those fake ones that you buy in these weird bodega convenience stores.
Going crazy tonight.
Some chemical makeup that you don't even know.
Yeah, well, I mean, all I know is that the pipes in those stores are for tobacco use only, so I don't know what good those things are. What are you supposed to do with that dumb thing? So really, this thing you only use tobacco? I've never heard of this. I'm about to go to this. I'm gonna have to go to the head shop.
This tobacco stuff
go ahead.
now.
I was just gonna say, guys, at the bus stop where or the outside of a job site, smoking a bong with tobacco in it, right?
Yeah, well, he went to the store where the bongs were sold for cannabis use, not tobacco use. I've yet to find that store, so it's hidden somewhere.
I'd like to know where it is located.
Well, actually, now that recreational use is legalized, they can say for cannabis use only, and they can get away with that. Actually, that'd be hilarious as a joke if you owned one of those places and you put that on there, because legally you could do that now, and it wouldn't be a big deal.
Right.
They should do that just as a funny thing. Now, if I owned one of those places, I'd do that. But I'm insane, and therefore I don't own things like that. So.
Well,
people might not relate the same as you hope they do. Hope they would to those things.
Yeah,
those types of plays on words and such.
Crazy tonight.
Is this crazy? Oh yeah. Are you hearing the chat room activity, Uncle?
Oh man, it's going nuts. I don't know what's going on.
We got some controversy. You got a lot of controversy.
Banging in my ears. They're going knock. I haven't been
on the chat room at all today. I was just puttering around the house.
Well, I'm telling you,
it's a wild place.
Start listening to it tonight.
Oh.
You know why my ears are just pounding like bang, bang, bang. They're really told.
Anything specific you want to bring up about that, Uncle? Or
yeah. What do you have to tell the chat room people, Uncle?
The chat room. We want to talk about what we're discussing here. If we can get things like that to now being legal, we got to calm ourselves down while we're talking, and it's really working.
Yeah.
Marijuana will help you calm down your talking.
Right. Yeah.
I think anybody
weed gummy before each show.
Yeah, anybody listening live right now is encouraged to go to Ochelli.com, get to the chat room, and try to restore order to it.
Yeah, order correct. To it, because all I'm hearing is this banging one ear, banging the other ear. They are chatting away. I'm telling you.
Uncle, send reinforcements.
Last show, the last hour was great. Age of Transitions, good chat with Martin there, and also last week that was a really good one. And I tried to call in right near the end there, and I wanted to bring up one thing that I thought would be good for the listeners to check out if they haven't, is that talk, I believe it's at Berkeley, that Aldous Huxley did. I think it's called The Ultimate Revolution is the video.
Oh, yeah. I featured that in the Age of Transitions video. Yep. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Right.
Yeah, the whole video, the whole 40-minute talk or however long it is great.
Yeah,
and it
gets
awesome. It gets into all of these, there's the quote about people loving their servitude in that one and whatnot. But it's tied in kind of with the fascism that you guys were talking about.
It's like there's a tennis match going on somewhere.
There is. Uncle,
I feel like it. It feels like I feel like a tennis match.
We keep hearing the clicks. I could
find out what's going on in there.
Well,
I'm just.
It's wild. It's a wild scene in there tonight.
I know.
A lot of.
I'm listening to you all talk, trying to talk the conversation, but with that pounding.
Here. I'll just. Okay, chat room. We're going to have to.
Yeah, my suggestion here, Aaron, is that you can mute the chat so that Uncle's not being bothered by it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do.
Or if you would like it moderated in some way, tell me.
Okay.
I have the power to moderate it. I can give it to you as well, by the way, if you're signed in there. Are you signed in?
Oh. I am signed in. Yes, I'm a user on there.
Fine, I'm going to make you a moderator, and but if I'm you see you have a speaker there. You can click it so that Uncle doesn't have to keep hearing the pops every time the chat rolls.
The speaker. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
okay.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, we can have a good.
I always turn that pain in the ass.
No, but when it's going crazy like this for an odd reason, maybe it's not good. You know what I mean? Trying to help. That's all. Okay.
I will get back with the chat room though to find out what they're yapping about. But for right now, I'm talking to my guest.
Let them figure out their differences, and then
right.
We're going to print out a transcript at the end of the night. I'm going to read it to you, Uncle, and we're going to see what you think about it.
Because I know they're talking. I know there's something they want to tell me.
Oh yeah,
I know they want to tell
valuable.
me.
Might be something valuable that floats up from the. Out of the rat's nest there, eh?
Yeah. Because I go by those and ask about them, and if there's some interesting for, like, say, next week, I'll ask them. Hey, let's put it on.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll ask a question here, Uncle. Are you do you often read books? Are you a big book reader?
I have to study in a copy of. Listening to it.
Audio.
Okay, audio books. Okay.
Audio.
Right.
Tape.
I mean.
So then, could I ask you? Are you listening to any audiobooks?
Not right this moment because I have to get. I have to get another setup on those.
Okay.
And I need.
Right.
I'd like to. I like to get a few though. I like to get a few though, but
Right.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, I do the audiobooks every once in a while myself. Actually, speaking of Huxley, the last audiobook I listened to was Brave New World. I wanted to go over that one again.
Oh, okay. The not Brave New World Revisited, but the original Brave New World.
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know what's the difference specifically.
The Revisited is interesting in that it's basically the same stuff from that Berkeley speech. Huxley goes back and talks about the real life implications of what he wrote about in his fictional Brave New World. He says, it's real now because of this and this. Yeah, I haven't either. I'm embarrassed to admit that, so I need to get a copy and actually read the whole thing.
I got something.
Yeah, what, Uncle? What's going on?
You could get me something for my birthday. Robin just told me something. That's when I get a book. Reading book, I can read the books on copy tapes.
Right.
I wouldn't mind doing
you
that.
Can read them. You can read the books yourself onto tapes for other people.
Right, and
that's
nice.
That might be another avenue of.
If I can do that,
I've thought about doing it myself.
I like the idea. I like the idea, though.
That's a good idea.
That's what.
Aaron, have you done your book on audiobook?
No, I have considered it though.
I like to do.
I have.
Okay.
I have.
If I read it myself, would you promote that, or is it,
if you if you want to read the whole thing and record it, feel free. Maybe we'll make an audiobook out of that. I thought about it, I'm like, what if I just sat there and read it and recorded it, and that'd be, the book read by the author, and then I never went through the process of figuring out what that is, of making it and posting it on Amazon or wherever the world you do with it. But
sure, yeah. Well, you could always just put it up for sale where you have your, on your site as like $4.99. Audiobook instead of if someone can't afford the book.
Mm-hmm.
the hard copy, you could, I don't know if you'd have to negotiate with your publisher on something, how that works, but
yeah.
But or if some fair, if obviously if I did it on YouTube it would probably be like a fair use thing, or maybe you'd have to authorize it, or who knows how that would work. But
I'm typing in the chat room right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to settle everybody down.
You're like Dr. Moreau trying to keep those beasts in order that he created.
Mm-hmm. They're active tonight, I tell you.
We have
actually, speaking of audiobooks, that's when I thought about, like Uncle said, reading books on tape. I'd thought about doing that, and the books I was going to start with were, I've got a set of these H.G. Wells, his short stories.
Yeah,
I was going to start out with like Island of Dr. Moreau and Time Machine and those couple different ones,
I go into those books though, and those comic books, and just listen to them. I can go on for quite a while. Mm-hmm. I'd have to say, where am I? I'll be reading all the books, and you get carried. You get into it, and you get the activity, and it gets wild once in a while. And while you read it,
do you like to do it when you're doing like work, or do you like to do it listen to them when you're relaxing?
Relaxing more, because you can't do nothing when I'm working, because you constantly doing dishes and flying. You absorb it after the work, and you just relax, and just then start listening. That's how you usually do. Enough. I did I did have a pair of the listening Lord and Bible books. I had.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that would be actually that's what I should listen to.
I had a few of them.
That makes sense.
And I was listening. I know about what the Bible says. I listened to a couple of them.
I've tried to read the Bible before myself, and it's definitely takes some willpower.
That's where to start. If you really want to start, that's where to start.
Get some like British lady maybe reading it into my ear.
There you go.
Well,
that could be nice. I don't know if that's a sin or not, though.
Have you ever read the whole thing, Uncle?
If I'm lusting over the lady.
Yeah, I've done the New Testament and the Old.
You've read them both?
All the way through?
Almost.
Okay.
That's incredible.
But I do know, because it was going through like that.
So yeah, you know it.
If that was a case of an idea for me, Fonz, you can get that me for my birthday.
Oh, the Bible on audio book?
Audio book and stuff.
Okay.
And
there we go.
That's something to think about. I'll let you know.
When next time Seth comes on, you might be able to
talk to Seth
in Bible rhyming.
I could do that because I know Seth, he's a religion person, and I really get a good talk with him.
I think maybe the Book of Revelation on audiobook would be good for you, Uncle.
That's it. Well, I just found out what the last book I was so confused about until I read that. But I found out what it is. It's Hope.
Hope.
That is the last book.
Hope is the last book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's not to do it.
Last book of Revelation?
Revelation. I was really, really studying that.
Well, that's good. The hope for at least it's not like death is the last one.
That's the only useful thing that flew out of Pandora's box, as I remember.
Well,
Hope.
Yeah.
That was the one good thing. Everything else was a bunch of trash. Really ruined the place.
Wow. My buddy likes to say that hope is a false sense of the future that hasn't happened, or something like that.
That's why it's the last.
You got to try to do it instead.
That's why it's place.
And he also doesn't like the word try. You don't try to do it; you just do it.
Yoda style.
That's where the last book is. That's what the last book is about. I was shocked about it myself until I got reading it.
It's shocking. It's a shocking experience.
Yeah.
Well, always is. You always get these biblical references in everything that we consume as media in the world.
Right.
It seems like there's always some type of small, especially one thing I've noticed a lot, and maybe Aaron, you can speak to this with the themes and memes work you've done, is the red lady. I guess the whore of Babylon, is that?
Okay, that red, yes.
Babylon.
And then you see that like in the Matrix, there was the red dressed lady.
The woman in the red dress, yes.
Yeah, the woman in the red dress, and and then like you had Lady Gaga in the red dress at the Super Bowl last year, the year before, something like that. And there's all this symbolism that they.
You know what?
Isn't the whore of Babylon somehow a symbol of the end times or something? I don't.
Well,
Uncle, you can probably speak to that yourself there.
Yes, Uncle, the red-dressed woman. What's going on with her?
What's that symbolism in the Bible? What's the Bible speak to?
What's the woman in her?
She's the death person. I think the Bible. It's the bad person.
The bad person.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. It's the bad person.
What's the red have to do with
red
the color?
Is the sign of that's what it is. Sign of the beast.
Oh, okay.
The red. I believe.
Okay.
I believe
like
that's
hell.
what the red meant. The red sign is.
Okay.
It's just I can go back and listen, but like I said, I could
it's
get
hard
some
to
of
those
remember all
books.
those
Details. Yes.
But I got to get on the things like you was talking about the books and start reading.
Yeah, and I don't know if do you know Miley Cyrus?
Oh yes, I do.
You know her?
Oh yeah.
I wish I didn't.
One of the latest videos that she's done. I don't know if you've seen it. I think it's just called Mother, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think it came out around Mother's Day this year, and it's her dressed in like this red leather. And the video is just freaking bizarre. It's like it's got all these people who are kind of like. It's almost the video seems to be the theme of it is like feminism overcoming oppression for different people. There's people with disabilities. There's trans people that are highlighted in the show and stuff. But there's all these like weird there's these single frame words and phrases that pop up in it. First, she's in a red leather dress or a red leather a suit with teeth around the crotch. Metal teeth.
Gosh.
If you're able to pull up the video right now, it is the most bizarre. And then a few of the phrases, I remember one of the phrases that comes up is virginity is a social construct.
Okay.
And the other one is something like sinning is something. I can't remember what sinning is. Like sinning is fun or sinning is something like that.
So another piece of pop culture that's blasphemy for blasphemy's sake.
It's
true.
Yeah, basically,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, if you get a chance to watch that in the next, sometime in the next little while, it's quite a bizarre.
Uncle and I will have to watch that.
It seems like it's the overt or the profane message might be like, oh yeah, we're empowering ourselves.
Yeah, sure.
People who have been oppressed are now able to express themselves how they want.
Uncle, what's the true agenda?
This what he's talking about.
Yeah, what's going on?
Is in the book.
Okay.
It's something in the book.
Did it warn us about these music videos?
Yeah, it warned you. I'm not. You're laughing.
It saw this coming really a mile away.
It is coming. This is right. This is right.
Okay.
He's on the right path, going the way he's talking.
I got it now.
This is what it does.
Okay.
It goes to that path what you're talking about.
The left. It takes a hard left turn.
Left, boy. Oh, you got to go straight or you're going to go offline. And that's exactly what. It's like.
Into the ditch.
It's like you're.
Into the gutter.
For an example, it's like you're pushing Usher Chapin here. Say we're going first. Say we're going first. Freight.
Sure.
And he's turning us to the left. It's actually, that's how it's working.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I see that.
That's how it's working.
Well, Miley Cyrus is interesting. She's always been an androgynous sort of. She's one of those performers that's got this androgynous sort of thing going on. Lady Gaga, definitely.
She's like a female Justin Bieber, really.
Yeah.
Where they're both Bieber's like a little bit more masculine, and she's a little bit more feminine than
she's
down the middle.
She's strange because she's one of these performers that kind of like does this over the top sort of sexualized female thing while at the same time exuding this androgynous thing as well.
What do you think about the one Heart?
The one Heart?
The Heart show. When
you're talking about the band?
The band Heart.
Yeah. I like Heart.
There's something.
What was the main singer in that one again?
Oh, I can't remember.
I sort of like that song.
I can't remember the artists' names. I can't remember their names.
I don't know these artists.
They're pretty good, though.
Why do you bring them up specifically, Uncle?
Because I like the song. It says something in the song.
Which one?
The first one that they made.
The first one?
Their big hit. They got the big hit.
Big hit.
They've got Barracuda. They've got Dreams. These dreams.
That's the one.
That's
the
like
number
that
one hit.
Okay, yeah.
That's the number one hit.
Go on when I close
my eyes. And they're talking about
That's
something to do with biblical in that one, you think? Or
yeah. It's something to do with it.
Okay, I'm trying to remember
Aaron,
what the words.
I can plug a little bit of your work as we're speaking about this, Aaron.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
You've done a good series on the Age of Transitions, previously called Transistor Radio, where you went over a whole bunch of good songs.
Yeah.
And dissected their esoteric and occult meanings. Mm-hmm. And that's actually where I found one of my favorite songs, the one by what's his name again now?
It was a song that I went into some analysis of on that series.
Yeah, it was written by Bono for what's his face.
Oh, you're talking about the Orbison song,
Mystery Girl.
Mystery Girl. Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Mystery Girl.
That one's now one of my favorite songs. It's just
it's so good.
Except the only copy I found on YouTube has like this weird blurp kind of annoying.
Really? Oh, it's because you're in Canada. You can't get it. Yeah, we get it on YouTube here.
Maybe.
It pains me to say that that's my favorite Roy Orbison song because Bono wrote it and I dislike him so much. But credit where credit's due.
It is a great song, though. Yeah.
It's a great song. It's well written.
But I gotta plug those because you did how many? You did like maybe 3 or 4 or more episodes about different songs, right?
Yeah, that episode I think is my personal favorite in the series, the one I'm most proud of. It's the main theme of the songs of that episode were love songs. So I was kind of like generally speaking trying to get to what the essence of the love song in popular music is, and that there is a very occult, esoteric thing going on throughout all love songs. I would say it's there, and that's what that song was from. That
songs
episode
themselves inherently are probably were initially ways of sending occult messages through. Obviously, that's the way different tribes passed their history through.
Sure.
Occult
story,
is a religion too.
The occult religion?
Yeah, that's a religion.
What can you tell us about it, Uncle?
Sure.
That's what we had a guest before talking about it. We had a guest, and they were talking about it.
Sure.
Who was it? I'm trying to recall.
It was a lady. The one in Los Angeles? I mean, no, in New England. Didn't she the one that said it?
Oh my gosh, I can't remember.
That was a partner. That was his partner. Her partner.
Wait, whose partner?
The one from New England.
I'm drawing a blank, and I feel bad because I feel like I had to know exactly who you mean. I'd have to go back on the website and see. Somebody from New England.
Did you guys wind up having Spike on the show?
Spike, that's her name. Spike.
She was talking about occult religion?
She was talking about cults, is what it was.
Oh, cults.
Yes, which are different.
And it's something like that's her.
Well, the occult and cults are tied together. Yeah.
It is tied. It's the name's close. It's close. Since you've been talking about cults, and then I said, Spike knows more about it. That was
a friend of mine came up with a good quote that I might put on a T-shirt at one point that says, "If if your cult's not for or if your culture isn't for everyone, it's a cult.
Oh, there you go.
Or isn't for anyone. It's kind of about, I guess, cultural appropriation.
We should make. I was thinking we should make some T-shirts.
T-shirts, okay.
I was thinking.
Can we put a red dressed woman on them?
Oh.
You can put Uncle. Maybe I'll do a Photoshop of Uncle in a red dress.
And in the front, in my head on the shoe.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, that's the
sure.
obvious design. Yeah, which would be excellent. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Just a big shirt with a big face of Uncle there. Yeah.
Put the old logo.
I just started rewatching the X-Files from the first season.
The truth is out there.
The very first episode mentions potential cult like sacrifice and whatnot.
Oh, really? Cult sacrifice.
How good that show was.
It was good. It was definitely well done. No doubt
Somebody was talking. I just for a moment about Top Gun for a moment.
Sure.
Somebody was talking about that today.
Top Gun?
That they saw another film strip about it. But all we saw was the trailer.
Oh, Top Gun? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Top Gun. It's coming back. It's going to be coming back. Somebody mentioned something.
It's coming back.
And back.
Now, Robin, are we taking you away from something here?
Yeah,
I get the feeling we are.
Well, sort of. I have my home care ladies that come at 9 to help me out. So I'll bow out now.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Good chatting with you guys today, and I'll probably call in next week.
Okay. Take care now.
Take care.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Okay. There he goes, Robin in Canada, Victoria, Canada. Great
Canada boy.
Right. Now, with that in mind, guys, you got about 14 minutes left, just so you know. Or 13, excuse me. 13.
We're getting near the end here, Uncle. But plenty of time to talk about something.
That's good. It was a good talk. I mean, that's what I like.
It was like we had a guest on.
Yeah. What is talking about the magazine again? That magazine from my last guest.
Oh, the comic.
The comic. I like to, if he would had for maybe not this week.
We could mail it to him.
Mail it to him and ask him.
I can send it to him.
Would we to talk about it on the show next?
Okay.
If he wanted
I'll mail it to him. I'll send a little letter in there saying, hey, look, here's the comic Uncle promised you. Go ahead and give it a read, and then come on the show and we'll
discuss it.
We'll discuss it, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was wanted to talk about.
Come full circle.
Yeah, so it all went down. Yeah. Now, I understood about your sword shop.
Mine?
Nana said something that got my attention about the sword shop.
Yeah, some store that she went in today got moved from a previous location to a location closer to the sword shop.
This is going to be interesting to find out when we go visit them.
I know.
I'd like to know what this is all about.
I've been going in on occasion and
what is the sword boys doing these days?
Well, hopefully selling a lot of swords and little figurines from comics and movies and things.
I'm tempting them. I tell you, I am tempted to buy one of those rainbow knives. It's
hard to control yourself not to.
It's the color on them, though. I mean, the first time we saw them.
The first time we saw the knife?
Yeah, I like those.
How could I forget?
I like that. But we haven't heard much to the rainbow fella lately.
Oh, Bear.
Bear.
I've been following him on social media. Maybe I'll have to get him to call into the show. Maybe we should have him on as a guest again because he's always fun to talk to.
He's one of my regulars. The one to talk about some things.
Yeah.
And I know not to get what's her name. She's busy, so I'm not going to mention the name.
Oh, she'll be here. It's just a matter of time. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get some guests lined up here. We're making things happen. All's well on the show here, Uncle. And then oh my gosh, there was there were a couple things that Robin mentioned that I was going to say something about, but he's not here, so I don't know if I'm going to even bother with that now. The red and
since we have something to talk about, let's read some of the chat room people.
Oh my gosh, Uncle, there was a lot of Discord over there. We had somebody kind of like causing problems. We had a problem user there, and I actually had to ban them.
What did they do?
I banned somebody from the chat room.
You banned them?
I did.
What's going on in there? No, I'm hearing ding dong, ding dong. I'm just going nuts.
I don't know. I had to do what had to be done.
Street team, calm you down.
Yes.
Like me, you lose a week of broadcasting. Street cream. So you not do that, or you will not have that banging bang noise anymore. You're gonna get the treatment like me. Yeah. Am I gonna have this stop?
We can't have the Ochelli.com chat room just a mess of gobbledygook spam.
I know. This is what I've been hearing. First thing you get on the hearing with the earphones. Mm-hmm. Bang. Click. They're going crazy.
Clickety.
You want something? Let me know what you want to say, and throw it over to me. If you guys in the chat room want to say something.
Chuck, you there?
Chuck, you there?
Yeah, well, I was just going to throw something in. I mean, you could talk about who's in there. I could tell you where we saw some listeners. One unusual one is, let me see if I can get this right, Fort Jarvis, New York. I have no idea where that is. And I was hoping that they were listening in the chat room, but I asked in the chat room and nobody responded. So there was that. You got a bunch of listeners in Canada again. Just so you know. Yep, Canada's listening. We got, let's see, where else? Grand Rapids, Michigan. There's general United States. A bunch of them just say United States, and they don't tell me where they are. But Fort Jarvis, New York is weird. We don't have anybody overseas tonight. We did have somebody in Germany, but they're gone. It's late. Yeah, it's 6 hours later over there or something.
Oh, I would like to really talk to one of those people. That would be good.
Somebody in the chat room right now says the Bronx, which I take as meaning that they're
Yankee.
Bronx.
They're the Yankee fan.
Yeah,
I think they're watching the playoffs. I know it. When they're talking about the Bronx, I know it.
Chuck, what street would that be? 100 and what street would be the Bronx?
Oh, I always forget where that is. You know, because I never like to go to the Bronx very much. So,
I want to say 131st. That seems right. I don't know if that's correct at all. I'm not a New Yorker.
Well, 125th, you're in Harlem, so I'm not sure.
So I got to go further north yet?
If you go further north, I think you do get to the Bronx that way. You know, it's a confusing thing. Like I said, I was in Manhattan.
They're saying 198.
198.
Okay, further up 198. Okay, in the Bronx, that's where they're at. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think
great to have you here, Chatter.
Yeah, I think you were describing Harlem is where you were describing, and no, but they're not coming up as a New York City listener. They're just probably one of the general United States people. But with your last 7 minutes or so, if you want to go over those chat room comments, you got them in front of you?
I do. Let me see. Do you want me to scan up here, Uncle? Do you want to hear the troublemaker and what they were saying?
Yeah, I want to hear what the troublemaker's talking
about. What were they saying? I heard something. Okay, where did this start? Okay, something about Templars. Oh, Americans have been totally dumbed down, and Americans is spelled with 2 K's instead of a C. AMERIKKANS.
Yeah, I think he might have been our German listener because, he was also entering in German in the chat room if you scroll up.
Oh, yeah.
He's speaking in German.
That's what all the K's were about.
Yeah.
And any of these chat room people can talk live for anything idea, you think?
Could we take the chat room live?
I was just wondering. I'm just asking that.
They can always call in or Skype in. They know that.
Sometimes, it is live.
Sometimes
it's
they do.
A live thing.
Yeah.
But because I would like to hear the voices of these guys.
Oh, here is some German.
Oh, there is?
Let me get back up to it.
Yeah, I told you. He wrote in German in a couple of spots.
Wie glücklich für Weitvorjung. This is bad. Da die Volk denken nicht. December 8th, 1941.
Out of there.
I think it's maybe a Hitler quote. I know he's getting I know that Lucum was upset with him for saying something about how he liked Hitler or something. So
Lucum said something about him being a Nazi, and then he started arguing with him about how to describe what a Nazi is. And I just was like, okay, I had other things to do. That's why I gave you the administrative power in the chat room.
It was a Hitler quote. Apparently, it was multiple Hitler quotes.
That was wild.
Yeah,
wild.
Getting crazy in that. Getting buck wild in the chat room.
That chat room
in the bad kind of
wild. I mean, I never heard of him getting that bad.
We were having fun before that, Uncle, because I did a music show before Aaron's show, and people were in there having a good time, making requests. You know, it was all right, and I don't know, it just got out of hand.
Out of hand, that dog.
Sometimes you just gotta ban stuff because it ruins the entire thing. That's the reason for it. Like, you can't have the entire chat room ruined because somebody just wants to say a bunch of dumb stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
it's that simple.
I'm just slowing myself down, like I said. I'm trying to calm myself down.
You're trying to relax.
Relax.
Yeah, we're trying to relax, and then people are here in the crack room talking about Hitler and how cool he is.
You talk about me, why I get so wild.
Yeah.
Now, I'm giving you an example why.
I don't rile anybody yet.
That is why.
Yeah.
Right there. Mm-hmm. This chat room is absolutely going bananas.
Yeah.
I mean, here I am trying to calm myself, and these guys are on.
Yeah.
I mean, you see where I'm coming from now.
I see it. I understand your predicament, Uncle.
You see what I mean?
I feel your pain.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I just, if they want to talk live, get on the show and talk to me.
Yeah. If you want to talk like that, call into the show, and then you'll be forced to talk with Uncle directly.
Yeah, directly to
me.
And
we'll see if you're chatting.
What I would want to hear is their chatting talk.
Yeah,
that's mainly what I really want to hear these guys.
If we have to, we'll boot you off the call. But I don't know.
Cool. How do you do that?
I don't know. I feel a lot of like the online troll types aren't the sorts that are actually going to call and have a real conversation.
Yeah,
it's not really. That's not in their wheelhouse.
Well.
So, it is what it is, Uncle.
Go ahead.
But do we encourage weird calls as long as there's no profanity, Uncle?
As long as there's no profanity, I can take that.
You can take it,
but not with gravity. Oh, what you said.
Yeah, no profanity.
No.
Uncle, let's give a shout out. Do a shout out.
Doing shout outs to who? The Sword People.
Oh, Pure Blades.
Dynamites from Sword Blades. Shout out to
Old Milwaukee.
Old Milwaukee boys.
Mm-hmm.
And the playoff picture.
Are
you into the sports rule, Chuck?
Well, I am watching the baseball a little bit, I got to admit. So you and I are going to have to talk about that probably next week.
I'll do it next week. We'll have that for next week's show. I have to find out who's still playing. I'm trying to figure out who's in and who's not.
I got confused with the wild card this year, too. Did you have a problem with that?
I did have a problem. I actually wasn't really following it as much. But I started to watch one game in the Dodger game in Washington, and I'm hearing now they're all tied up. With that series is going to be tied up, and the other two were tied up. So is it 4 out of 7 or 3 out of 5? I think it's a 4 out of 7 contest. I don't know how they won that.
Oh, these playoff games?
Playoff games.
Yes, I think in this round, I think they do the 3 out of 5, and then in the next round, they do the 4 out of 7, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll have that discussion next week, Chuck.
Okay.
So
baseball time.
I believe it's baseball talk.
Yeah. October's here. Sounds good to me, Uncle. Get the baseball rolling. I like it.
I like to hear about it.
All right. Well, we're at the end here. Let's just promote our Twitter and our Instagram at Uncle Podcast.
Yes. UnclePodcast.com.
Yeah, Uncle. Yeah, that's our website, UncleThePodcast.com.
Subscribe. And subscribe at
we're on Ochelli.com every Friday.
Ochelli.com every Monday?
Every Friday night.
Oh, every Friday. We're on Ochelli.com.
Eastern, yeah.
And mainly can get us on that one if you really like to talk to me.
Yeah.
And the music one
The music one, yep.
Right. And we're on that.
We're all over the place.
We're all over the place. So
we're everywhere. Just go to
the students who got my cards. And shout out to you all.
Okay. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Bye-bye.